some rather disturbing news going on at Ohio State, Mario. 29 men are suing Ohio State University over its failure to stop a sexual abuse decades ago by teen doctor Richard Strauss, who by the way, a lot of people may find this a little bit interesting, but he died back in 2005. So um it's a very interesting situation. Usually we talk about these, but the one that's being accused is still alive. But in this case, Richard Strauss passed away over 15 years ago. So this is definitely going to be an interesting topic. It's very disturbing. So one plaintiff in the federal lawsuit, he filed allegations on Monday on Strauss after he said that he abused him during more than 10 medical exams in the 1980s, starting when he was a 16-year-old high school wrestler for the whose team competed on the Ohio State campus. Usually with like high school, when they do like when they do state competitions, they'll go to like college campuses and things like that to give it a more grander stage. Um, I know here in Rhode Island, the Rhode Island Baseball State Championship, it would take place at McCoy Stadium, which you know was the home of the Pawtucket Red Sox. But that's a whole other story for another time. Anyway, and then he also said he was later abused by Strauss during required medical exams while playing football and wrestling at Ohio State. And a different wrestler in the lawsuit alleges that Strauss fondled him during more than 50 medical visits, which is just absolutely insane stuff, Mario. This is just absolutely insane. Now, before I continue, I just want to mention that these are allegations. We don't necessarily know what's true and what's not. I just figured I'd point that out. And more than 400 alumni have raised similar allegations against that doctor and against the university. And they've alleged abuse throughout the doctor's 2 decades at the school, Mario, that's just insane. And a long-form investigation conducted for Ohio State concluded employees were aware of the concerns back in 1979, but never stopped them, which is that's just some crazy stuff, Mario. And OSU did reach out to these people that alleged Strauss's sexual allegations. They did apologize to them. It has reached nearly $47 million in settlements for 185 plaintiffs and announced an individual settlement program that could help resolve more claims for the remaining lawsuits, or for 5 of them anyway, and that the program isn't open to plaintiffs in the lawsuit filed more recently. And no one has publicly defended Strauss in the 3 years since the allegations started to become public. So this has been a story for quite a while, but now it's starting to become there's starting to be more information coming out on it. And get this, Mario, the newest plaintiffs also include former athletes in baseball, lacrosse, cheerleading, soccer, football, basketball, gymnastics, and fencing. Okay, that's new. I did not know OSU had fencing. That's pretty cool. Anyway, patients that were treated at the Student Health Center where Strauss worked after he retired from OSU. Most of these people are listed anonymously, so they don't wish to be like known and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much all the details I have for this. And I'll start off with you first, Mario. But before I do, this article was written by the ESPN's Associated Press. So your thoughts on the allegations going on here at Ohio State?
Let me tell you something, Nate. After how many people have came out, I don't need these allegations no more.
Yeah, neither do I.
Like, all right, we thought like going back to like the Deshaun Watson case, we thought like he was about to hit like 30 allegations, right?
We're talking over 100 people here, guys.
Well, not even that. More than 400 alumni have raised similar allegations. What the hell?
That's insane.
And it's not just one sport. It's almost every sport that Ohio State has. Ridiculous. Let me tell you this. Ohio State's going to be giving out a lot of cash. Look at this. Ohio State, they have apologized publicly to anyone Strauss harmed, and it has reached nearly $47 million in settlements for 185 plaintiffs. We're talking about 400 alumni that have raised similar allegations. Now, 400 alumni have not turned into plaintiffs, but who knows how many are going to come out. Now, what's going to be now, again, what I can see definitely happening too is people who it's people who were never really affected, but come out and because there's so many people that it's kind of hard to tell, like, again, who are the ones that are actually being affected and who are the ones that are not, because if you have so there's 185 plaintiffs, Nate, right? How many out of 185 of them the question for me is, are there any of them that are there a very few part of them that are saying this and that didn't happen to them? You understand what I'm saying? Because there's so many, it's hard to determine, again, it's hard to find out if some of them are lying. but most of them I feel like are telling the truth, Nate, to be honest with you. And look, first of all, Richard Strauss is obviously dead. I can't believe how many times this has happened, Nate. I seriously can't. And one more thing, okay? We talked about this. We talked about this in a previous video, okay? If you hear about something, say something. I don't understand why these colleges, Nate, do not say something when they see it, when they hear about it. I don't understand why you don't do anything. You don't take action. It doesn't make any sense to me. Ohio State is one of the best sports colleges in the country, without a doubt. The fact that, and your athletes are very important to that college. Your athletes are a big reason why a lot of people go to those colleges, you know? How many athletes want to go to Ohio State because they want to play for their football team? Or how many athletes go to Ohio State because they want to play for their basketball team, baseball, et cetera, et cetera. But the fact that it's like you don't even care. You know, it's the fact that you don't even care to even say something, you know, like it's in a law firm investigation conducted that Ohio State concluded employees that were aware of his concerns about Strauss as early as 1979. Shame on Ohio State.
That was over 40 years ago. 40 years ago at this point.
Shame on Ohio State, Nate. Nate, let me explain something. That was over. That's almost, I'm going to be real with you, Nate. 1970 is 50. Yeah, it's definitely over.
Yeah, it's 42 years now.
Yeah, 41, 42 years. So overall, Nate, this is disgusting. This is sad by Ohio State. You should have done something. Okay, I understand. Okay, one allegation, you should look into it. Even one allegation, you should look into it. You know, the fact that there's over 185 plaintiffs, and the fact that 400 alumni have raised similar allegations, it's unbelievable, Nate. They're already paying $47 million in settlements. I think there's definitely going to be a lot more, Nate. And think about it, Nate. Like, again, we're going to do a little bit of math, okay? No amount of money could ever replace any trauma that somebody goes through. I want to say that right now. No amount of money, okay? But let's do some math here. 47. How am I supposed to do this? 47, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 40. Hang on. 47, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 47 million, Nate, okay? Divided by 185. Each, I'm going to read this to you right now, okay? Plaintiff received, like, estimately, if this was going to be average, if everybody received the equal amount of pay, which I know that's not true, but if it was, $254,054.54. I'm sorry, Nate, but like no amount of money, it doesn't even matter though, because no amount of money can replace any trauma that you go through. But Ohio State should have done something, Nate. They should have done something when they heard about this. All right. And recently we talked about Ohio State regarding the masseuse. Recently we talked about that, you know. But overall, Nate, Ohio State should have done something regarding this. This is just too much. Okay. They've been warned many, many times. Okay. And again, employees were aware of these concerns and they didn't stop him either, which in that case, shame on the employees as well. Overall, Nate, Ohio State did a poor job with this, you know, and now they're paying millions, not millions, but hundreds of settlements, and it's not looking good for Ohio State. So with that being said, Nate, after all these allegations, most likely a lot of these are true. Most likely most of these are true. And to anybody who was affected by these actions, again, I sincerely apologize to you guys. I don't know exactly what you guys experienced because I never experienced it on my own, but whatever you guys experienced, you know, I'm sorry that you guys went through those types of things, you know, and I'm wishing you guys the best of luck in the future, whatever you guys are doing right now. But overall, Nate, this is unnecessary.
It really is, you know, and first of all, let me explain something to you, man. This dates back as early as 1979. 42 years in the making and nothing was done. I'm sorry, but you know, and you know what's so unfortunate about this, Mario? These allegations, these sexual assault things, it happens a lot commonly in college than you might expect.
Agree.
We talk about it a lot on this channel, and it seems to be a very hot topic, very common topic for us to talk about on here lately, especially in the last month. It's been very common. But this one is just a whole nother one because unlike the other ones, there's over hundreds of people coming out about this. I thought that the Deshaun Watson situation was bad, where 10s and 20s of women are coming out every day, but I don't think it got up to this. You know what I
Agree.
mean? And I haven't heard anything about that situation ever since. So this is an insane. This is absolutely insane, Mario. And not only that, you got 185 plaintiffs that are being settled with, and you got 400 alumni. Now I don't know if that's mixed up all in one or not, but you get my point. Like that's a lot of people, regardless.
Yeah.
That's
And
still a lot of people.
right. And not only that, Nate, but in the 3 years since these allegations have started to become public, not one no one has publicly defended Strauss
Yeah.
in 3 years. So
Well,
that
I
just
mean,
makes it even worse
it's
on
kind of
him.
tough too, given that he's no longer alive. So it is, and that may be a good reason why. So it might be a little bit tough because he's the only one that's being
Right.
accused right now.
Right. And as far as and again, going back to what I've said, now since I look at it, like nobody publicly defended him, and since it's been 3 years since the allegations started coming out, 3 years ago he was still dead. The main focus I'm gonna blame, to be honest with you, is these employees that were aware about it
Yeah, absolutely.
in
And I and
1979, because this could have been completely, a lot of this would have never happened, I believe,
right,
if this right here would have been reported soon, a lot sooner than what it was.
right. And I was just gonna get to that, and I go, me and Mario obviously go to college. My situation is different because I go to a community college, so it's not as like now, no, nobody really was on campus, but still, it's college. And like I said, this happens a lot more commonly in college than you
Right.
might expect. So when I always walk around the hallways, even though there's a lot of people, I tend to keep my eyes and ears open because you just never know. There could be someone right around the corner, like, oh, hey, you want to do this? And I'm just, no, thank you. Go away, thanks. But yeah, like, gotta protect each other, man. And honestly, to Ohio State, shame on you. Like, what the hell, man? Like, this is just absolutely insane. Now you got hundreds and hundreds of people coming out with the same story. Like, what do you do now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what happens from here. I'm not sure if there's going to be an update, but if there is, we'll let you guys know most definitely, because this is definitely an interesting topic.
Right.
But honestly, Mario, I don't know why they waited 42 years to say something now.
Exactly. And he was with the team for 20. So he was with
Yeah,
the team for
exactly.
2 decades. So employees were aware about this as early as 1979, before he even started working for Ohio State. And these allegations are coming out, and most of them are Ohio State. So
And
this
most
could
of
have
them are similar.
easily been avoided if somebody just reported it back in 1979 when it happened.
That's why I always tell you, man, like if you hear something that's sus, even if it's just an allegation, if it's sus, you report it. Because you just don't know. You don't know. Like so many people could be in danger and you just don't know about it. You know what I mean? That's just the safest way to play. I mentioned the last week that I like to play it safe, but sometimes that works out in everybody's advantage. So if you, like I said, if you hear something, just if you hear something sus or hear something that's very like disturbing or whatever, report it. It's just the best thing you can do. So honestly, with that being said, to anybody affected by this, I do apologize. This should have never went on as long as it did. Like this is just absolutely ridiculous. As for Ohio State, again, shame on them. Shame on the employees for not saying anything. That's just ridiculous, man. Like I don't understand why they do that. But um, and with that being said, the best way for me to end this is that again, I apologize to anybody that was affected. And if there is an update on this, we'll let you guys know, definitely.